What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. Today is Monday, May the 23rd, 2022, and we just got done watching the update for the Facebook Live that the CEO of Metafi YEILDERS, Michael Daher, just completed on Facebook. For those of you that have missed that, I would encourage you all to go to the Facebook group. If you don't know where the Facebook group it is on Facebook, of course, but you type in Metafi YEILDERS, or there's a link directly on the website, the homepage of Metafi YEILDERS, so you can go and check that out. It's at the top, I believe, but we'll go and look at that later. Let me get this out the way. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. I'm just a dude on YouTube that's showing you how I am cranking out that crypto in many different platforms. Nothing more and nothing less. If you like this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Let's talk about it. So, the big news in Metafi YEILDERS is, quite essentially, they said they're going to pause. And that is a pause on withdrawals. That is a pause on deposits as well. And there are many reasons that they said they are going to do that. We're going to try to talk about most of them in this video. First thing I want to do is go ahead and direct everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now so everyone can get this information as quickly as they can from the horse's mouth. That makes the most sense. I'm just doing a recap and, of course, my own opinion, but I want you guys to all know where you can find the information. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to pull up the Metafi YEILDERS website. Hopefully it'll load up for us, but I'm also going to start talking about it as well. So what we just heard on the Facebook Live, of course, we were talking about the pause that just happened. And they said they're doing this for a bunch of reasons. Now, one of the reasons that I believe is the most important that he mentioned is they have now gone through the process to become compliant. So in the process, they need to make sure that after going through the licensing that they needed to get through the compliance that they needed for the platform that many of the leaders in the space have asked for. Of course, that's not always the biggest deal here for us at BOJ. Most of the time is very important, and I'm actually glad that it's happening here in Metafi YEILDERS, even though it's not the biggest thing on our list, because there's many platforms that we all know that probably were or were not compliant, said they were compliant and were not compliant, and they were still here today and maybe gone tomorrow, and for some of you out there. However, we separate here at BOJ. We do our best to separate platform to platform. So I want to make sure that's clear. But I believe that's an important step that they're making, because if they're going through all the process to get licensing, if they need to take the time to make sure, and here's what he said. He said he's taking the time to make sure that the website, all the verbiage on the website is compliant. Some of the things need to be swept over and make sure that they are looked at and make sure that they're providing the right things for the people that are looking from the outside in. They're going to want this information, and to be able to provide some of the things that this platform is trying to provide, they need that licensing. I don't know exactly what licensing that is. I don't know what is needed, but I'm trusting the word on them saying they needed it. So they went and got it. And for some of the things like automation and things that a lot of members said that they wanted, they needed to make that happen. So they will also be doing KYC. Now, he also said on his Facebook Live that he's going to be sending out an email to all the members with all the information that you need to get your KYC done so that they can help you in whatever way they need to help you. Now, he also addressed a lot of stuff going on in the Telegram groups and what's going on with support. Now, let's start with the support. The team took the time to train this weekend. They said they were going to be training from Friday to Monday. Of course, it's Monday, and it's 9:50 perf time. As we're recording this video, it's 9:50 p.m. perf time. So we're expecting that the weeks coming ahead that support will be trained. And as a matter of fact, here's another announcement. And then I'll get back to the Telegram. Another announcement is that they will be running a ticket support system. So the live chat is still up as I'm looking at it right now on the website, and I'll go ahead and share my screen and bring up the homepage for you guys. It's still showing the live chat here. on the website. All right. However, they will be implementing a ticketing system for support. All right. I think that's a good idea. All the top platforms that I like have a ticketing system. The NOVATECH have a ticketing system, and that's our beast. That's the beast we feed, and it has a ticketing system. So I don't see why that is a problem in this platform either. Now, back to the Telegram stuff. Now, I'm in and out of Telegram. I'm not in Telegram as much. I usually try to stay in there to stay informed on what the company's saying. As far as some of the members and their gripes and complaints or whatever they put on Telegram, I don't pay attention to that as much. But I can only imagine in a time where a platform is having a couple issues, a few issues and setbacks that were not anticipated. Of course, that always happens, right? We know that. But things happen. But because of the amount of people that may be new or just may be naive or may just be choosing not to understand how Telegram is, and, there's so much that goes on Telegram. So much that goes on Telegram. This is exactly why I'm not on Telegram that often. All right? That's why I don't have a Telegram group. Okay? But there's just so much to deal with, and when you have to be a CEO of a platform that's almost 20,000 members deep, you can't spend a whole lot of time personally going through all of these things and making yourself personally accessible to 20,000 people at a time. Really, that's just my opinion. I'm sure we all would love to have the bandwidth, but in my opinion, and shout out to Mr. Daher, Mr. Michael Daher, for making sure he's getting in front of the people, making sure he's getting on Facebook Live and talking directly as himself to address all of this stuff, because it's got to get overwhelming. I mean, I address some of the smaller things, like, when I have time for trolls and stuff like that, but I couldn't imagine that at the level that he's dealing with it at. So that being said, I'm going to have a little bit of understanding just for the amount of emotion and the amount of fluster that the CEO might show. One, he's new to this space. Quite frankly, he's newer to this platform space than most of us. And we understand how this goes. We also understand, though, that platforms fail. We've seen platforms fail. And we've seen platforms that have the best intentions fail. Now, do I believe that Metafi YEILDERS is going anywhere? Well, I have to take the word of the CEO. And if the CEO is coming out and is saying it's different than, it may not be different to many of you, but to me it's different. When you can just type something and when you show up in front of camera and you say, look, this is what's going on. We did not anticipate this, but we are working on it. We want all of you to know that we are working in your best interest to protect your investment. The yield farming side is not affected, but our reserves are affected. Different things that he's saying. And of course, yes, we've heard it in the space before. And we've heard these things that kill platforms. However, we've also heard people get on camera and tuck their tail and run and make excuses. And also make promises that they can't keep. Now, there are no promises and guarantees in this space, ladies and gentlemen. This is a risky space from the jump. So for a lot of you that may have not understood that or may have had just a little bit more trust level for Metafi YEILDERS because it has a face and a CEO, I get it. I understand. I do understand. I do understand how that psychologically could make you feel a lot more comfortable with a platform, because that's more traditional in a sense. But it's also very not traditional to have the access to a CEO that a lot of us have experienced. Especially a lot of us that have little skin in the game, have done little, I'll call it a marketing for this platform. People that just have minor gripes and complaints, or folks that don't take the time to stay updated and notified about what's going on. It gets hard to address those people. And one thing that I hope Michael Daher understands, and it's one thing that I've had to understand as well in this space. You're not gonna make everyone happy. It is impossible. So me, quite frankly, I've stopped trying to make everyone happy. I just speak from my heart and I speak from my experiences. And that goes the same with Metafi Yielders. Yes, we have seen many platforms that have experienced a downturn in the market, have been affected by it, and decide to leave us or string us along or make us think that it's something else when it's not. And I'm just not getting that from Mr. Michael Daher, from CEO Michael Daher. What I'm getting is a person that may not have known exactly how this platform space is, but definitely seems like he has the right intentions. Now, like I said before, platforms can have the right intentions and still fail. That is a risk we take in the space. For those of you that are new and may not understand that, now is the time that you either get an understanding of that and decide if this is for you, or you can do whatever you're doing right now. I'm not one to be trying to give other people choices, because this is just me documenting my journey. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and like Mr. Daher said, he's like, I'm not turning off my comment. I put in the comments, I was like, turn these comments off, and he said, no, I'm not turning the comments off, because people are entitled to their opinion. And I like that answer. I think it takes balls. I think it takes actually caring about a situation and a community. And I do believe that Mr. Daher cares. Apparently he had an event with some people, some fellow investors. I'm not exactly sure where the event was, but apparently it was a success. And I do appreciate him getting on here and addressing the community the way that he has. I was expecting some different information today. I was expecting maybe some documentation on what the platform has done, what the earnings have been, stuff that people have been asking about. But he did mention that he was going to be unveiling something that people have been asking about. And I believe that what he was talking about, based on what his Facebook Live just said, was the fact that they have now gotten the compliance to where, of course, they now have to do KYC. They have to do Know Your Customer, which is another thing that a lot of the top platforms have in this space. They have KYC. And if a platform is trying to become one of the top platforms, it has to get itself right. It's 2 months old. I can only imagine what some of the platforms that have been around for years were dealing with when they were 2 months old. So I have to kind of keep that in the frame of my mind as well. And of course, because I didn't put any money in this platform that I wasn't willing to lose, then I'm cool with riding the wave out. I'm cool with waiting it out. I'm cool with seeing it. Now, a lot of people aren't going to be cool with this. I cannot guarantee everyone's feelings. I can't guarantee anything except for how I will be handling the situation. And here's how I choose to handle the situation. When I receive the email from the CEO or from Metafi Yielders, I will go through the email. I will look through the email. If I'm interested in filling out the KYC. I'm not interested in taking out any capital at this time. I suggest that everyone get on the Facebook page, which I did say I was going to be sharing that. It's right here. You guys see that link? You click on it, it'll take you to the Facebook page where the CEO himself brings announcements, and you don't have to worry about a fake CEO hollering at you on Telegram, because he will not call, he will not text you. He's going to want to see you face to face. And most of the conversations that we have had personally have been face to face. So that is how he proves that he is who he is. So if you're out there, you're getting contacted by fake Michael Dahers and fake support telling you that you need to pay an amount of money to get support. No, that's not how this works. He has been saying, we all have been saying, all the leaders in the space have been saying, if you need help, get into this chat, this online chat bar down here. And if that doesn't help you, then, but previously he has said, well, reach out to me on Telegram. But that has become I can only imagine how that's become a nuisance. I would not want that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And if Mr. Michael Daher is new to this space, he's learning very quickly that man, people are either naive or annoying or like extra, especially when it comes to this space. And it's because they're not following the rules. They're not staying informed. And that has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with me. I have people that contact me all the time about information that's blatantly on the website. Like, I get contacted about simple things. There's a whole FAQ section here. You know, all of this stuff is pertinent information. They have an email. Don't find your question answered? Contact us via the next message feedback. They got this email here. They do have an official Telegram Telegram group and Telegram support, but the CEO is not going to be in there. Matter of fact, it's going to turn into a mostly community page where people in the community are just talking about what's going on. And quite frankly, Telegram, I digress on Telegram. Most of you understand that Telegram is a hell of a place, man. And so is Discord sometimes, but I think Discord can get a little bit more organized than Telegram is. Anyway, I say all of this to say, I want everyone to go to the Facebook page and watch the Facebook Live, okay? Hear it from the CEO's mouth. Don't just take my word for it. Go there. Empower. I'm trying to empower all of you to receive information and learn how to get it for yourself, even though I am a platform that provides information. It's okay to get your own interpretations of things. That's all this was. This is just an opinion thing. As for me, quite frankly, I'm not in panic mode. I'm not. I'm watching. I'm staying informed. I'm being patient. And yes, withdrawals and deposits may be paused right now. Because I'm diversified, I'm not tripping. And because I didn't put any more money in than I was willing to lose, I'm not tripping. For anyone that wants to have success in this space, if you follow the rules, if you don't over leverage yourself, if you maybe consider going from being an active share, a passive earner to an active sharer, you can help manage your risk a bit better. But this announcement is not necessarily about managing risk, even though we talk about that in every episode, and I'm very unapologetic about it. I probably will talk about that in every episode that it can come to my mind. And right now, in a time where a lot of platforms are having issues, they're affected by the market, they're affected by the space, or they may not have had the best intentions to begin with. I do believe that Metafi YEILDERS is doing everything that they can, and CEO Michael Daher is doing everything that he can to keep this platform strong and moving in the right direction. And sometimes it takes a pivot. Sometimes it takes a little bit of an adjustment. Sometimes it might take a pause. I mean, in real life, sometimes you have to take a breather. I mean, I feel that because I just took a weekend. I said, I'm not doing no videos this weekend. I'm just going to chill out. Sometimes I'll take a day and pause. Just practice a little bit of patience. Yes, this platform has been working for us fantastically for the last 2 months. We've seen a lot of growth. CEO said it himself. The growth that he's seen, he didn't necessarily know if he was ready for. But there's a lot of times in life that we're just not ready, but we have to step up and just do and be and have to make adjustments. And so many things that we'll have to do just in life. So this platform is no different in how I'm attacking this platform. And I mean attacking it not in a negative way. I mean how I am moving and adjusting with the platform's changes. If it needs an algorithm update, do the algorithm update. If you need to pause withdrawals, make sure you're pausing deposits, and he's doing that. If you got to get KYC rolling, get it out there and rolling so that we can go ahead and comply, be compliant, and continue on with what we have here with Metafi YEILDERS. And if something changes from that, of course, we'll make adjustments and we'll move on. That's what we do. If we got to look for something new, we look for something new. And I'm also in the process of looking at some other things, looking at some other platforms as well to help us diversify. This is not the end by any means for BOJ. And this hopefully is not the end by any means of Metafi Yielders. And if we believe and trust in what the CEO of the platform is saying, who knows more about this platform, may not know more about the space in general, but knows more about his own platform than any of us do. Any of us want to speculate, he knows more about it all. And if he's coming out and saying certain things, then I have no choice but to, listen to what he's saying and, of course, have my own opinion. And this is my opinion. Do I believe the platform's going anywhere? Not anytime soon. I'm going to take it for what it is. The last time they said that they had to pause and fix issues, that's what they did. They paused and fixed issues. Now we have a new level of compliance that we have to reach because we have a new level of licensing that the platform has achieved. And it was because the people asked for it. They also have a new level of support, which is going to be a ticketing system. Michael Daher even mentioned he cannot continue to burn company money on support and have to be dealing with the same people and the same issues and the same type of questions that can be answered right here on the website. So, and I agree with that. I don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. I don't know a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, and part of me just chooses not to want to know because I want to stay on that side that says I'm an investor. So I'm staying on that side. I'm a person that's looking for these opportunities. This is not my only thing. Even the CEO knows this. If he knows anything, he knows much about my channel. He knows how I roll. I diversify. I don't have all my eggs in the Metafi Yielder basket. So, with that being said, make sure you go and watch the update on your own, but I wanted to make sure I brought everything that I could remember, and I'm pretty sure I covered everything. And quite frankly, the CEO does seem a little bit frustrated. I think we all are a little bit frustrated, but I think we just need to take a breath, have some patience, let him do what he said he's going to do. And at least so far, he's done everything that he said he was going to do. So I'm going to trust that he's going to do this as well until I'm proven otherwise. All right? And then at that point, we'll come on and do a video and we'll talk about it. Until then, this is a Metafi Yielders update. Everything is paused. Withdrawals are paused. Deposits are paused. All right? Also, pending withdrawals, I believe pending withdrawals, he said he's going to be trying to work those out over the next few days. For those withdrawals that are impending, I know I have a withdrawal impending of about $4,000. And that's going to be on pause. That's going to be either put back in my account or we'll see it come to my wallet. Haven't seen it yet, but we'll be on the lookout for it. All right? With that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all your wallets because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west. If you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. I will see y'all on the next daily video. This is a Metafi Yielders update. Make sure you get over to the Facebook group, join it, and get updated for yourself straight from the horse's mouth. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.